Hey, another video. Working on the fairlaine again. Yeah, I've got a bit to do, and the wedding is in a little over a week, and it ain't even blue slipped yet. So I better pull my finger out of my ring gear and get this thing done. Anyway, I'm gonna crack on. Catch us after the intro. We're going to put some Daihatsu back in the Daihatsu. We're going to tackle this speed box. So we're pulling the dash cluster out again, you know, because it's my favourite thing to fucking do in this world. I'm going to gently pull it out so I don't crack it, and then crack the steering column cover all at the same time. It's gonna be a pain. It's gonna be a fucking pain, but I'll get it. Probably. I know I did this before. Alright, we got it apart. And I'll tell you what, it was a fucking struggle without breaking anything, because last time I pulled it apart I broke that. Again, and for some reason I can't find one of them to buy. I bought a lower section, but I can't find an upper, which is fucking annoying, because that one's been glued together 4 times now. But time to put the speed box in. This is the speed box. There we go. So we've got a wiring harness plug. Looks a lot scarier than it is. This is how you control your calibration. They call it a speed offset button. You pretty much only have to feed it ignition or switch 12 volt and then ground. The yellow and green stripe wire, that goes to, if you want to run it, a factory vehicle speed sensor, which in a T5 I can put in. I might look into that in the future, but not now. And then the blue wire is something to do with cruise control. You hook that into an aftermarket cruise control module if you have one, which I don't. Cruise control is there's a stiff spot in the pedal, and that's about 110 on the highway, so that's my cruise control. The one annoying thing is they only come with like 1 length cable, and this is it. So I've now got to put this box somewhere where I don't put any kinks in this line, otherwise the needle on the speedo will fucking bounce. So this is probably gonna have to go, I'm thinking, passenger side kick panel above the speaker, and then up, nice gentle curve behind the glove box, in behind the radio, and a nice gentle curve into the dash cluster, which is mildly annoying. Means I've got to run power wire all the way over there, and my electrical bag is at the workshop in the other work ute. So I'm gonna probably have to go to the workshop and grab my other ute, or the other ute. But we'll mount the box first and then start routing this here cable. It's mildly annoying that it comes with pretty long cable, but I'm guessing like if you're in a HQ or something, or an LJ Tirana, like there's not a lot of room behind the dashboard, so the boxes aren't waterproof, so you can't mount them in the engine bay, so it has to go in the cab somewhere. I was pondering about putting it like there under the seat, because there's a bit of void, and then running it up the thing, but these seats might be coming out of this because I'm just not really happy with them. And I might go to a center console, so I don't really want to mount that anywhere a center console is going to go, but we'll see. I'm doing a bit of wheel and dealing on a set of seats now, and maybe a set of door cards too, to get rid of these ones. Some good door cards which still have the vinyl up around the top. But anyway, I'm going to climb over there, pull that kick panel off, which is an absolute cunt, because there's one particular screw at the front that is really difficult to line back up once you've had it off, and I've got to pull the kick panel off to get it off. Where's my screwdriver? So let's go do that now. And while I'm walking past, that's the tail lights mounted. I'll nut set it in. I might still pop another one in the center there, just drill through the panel and that, because there's not a hole there, because the other hole lands on a hole, and so does that one. But that's them in. I've still got to paint them obviously, but I'll wait until all the LED work's done. But that's how they're going to sit, you know, nice and tight up around the corner there. Even I've done, it's over there drying. I've LED swapped the number plate light too, so that's all done. I'm just painting it black. This is actually the other number plate light I had. Oh great, the paint went shit. Fuck. Well, that's annoying. Anyway, but yeah, there's the LED bulbs I've Sikaflexed in there. I might paint that with a different paint. Alright, now to put this speed box somewhere. I've got fucking everything apart. I was thinking about putting it here next to the speaker, but there's not, like, the kick panel goes all the way along that, so I might have to try and tuck it up in here somewhere. I don't know if you can see that. And then run the cable along there behind the glove box, poke it in there behind the radio bezel. Yes, it's a mess of wiring. That's factory Ford, so I ain't going to play with it too much. There's a bunch of back lines in there too I'm going to leave alone. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know about vacuum leaks. So, let's see if I can route this cable somehow in here without fucking it. Probably. Alright, we've got our little GPS module there, magnetised to the, it's got a magnet on the bottom of it from factory, so it's magnetised there. Just poke it through the vent, come down through here. Now I'm thinking of mounting that in there underneath that vent there, probably, yeah, something like that. And then we've got a bit of a curve, and then a bit of a curve, and a bit of a curve, and that might maybe probably fucking work, or it won't either, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. So this has got the annoying thing is this is all plugs in to the back of the unit, and that's the side we're gonna like poke towards the fucking door cavity. So yeah, and I don't know how much torque this thing's got, so am I gonna have to like mount this solidly to something? I'm assuming so. They give you like a bolt pattern for it, but what do I mount it to? There ain't a great deal of fucking room here. Yeah, I'll have to do a bit of thinking. Maybe I will mount it down there, and like I'll cut the side panel around it. Maybe you're not really going to see it. It's my car, so I don't really care. Tell you the truth, fucking splinter in my hand, so that's good. I'll have a bit more of a think. The annoying thing is I just routed the cable the whole fucking way through the car. Well, I suppose I could do it there and poke it down there. Yeah, I'll have a think, because I'm pretty sure that's got to get mounted relatively solidly. So yeah. Give me a minute, or 15. I need a drink and an ice cream. Rightio, I like it. That's what we're doing. So cable will go down there. Box will be mounted just next to the speaker, like that. It takes a lot more cable out. It'll go up above the glove box now, and I don't have heaps poking out over there. That's what I'm doing. I'll mark it out. We'll drill it, nutsert it, put it in it, and then find wiring for it. I'll probably try and get it, I don't know, I'll get it off the back of the fuse box probably, and route it. I think I've got some twin core here, so I can give it a good ground, and we should be right. While I'm under here, I really probably should rewire this passenger side speaker, seeing as I had to cut the wiring to get the steering column out when I done the manual swap. But we'll see how I feel about that. Whether I want to be fucking that far into it. Anyway, we'll set this up on a tripod here and we'll start marking some shit out. Okay, I'm thinking something like that. You know, screw this back onto here. Make sure the core's fucking, you know, attached. Which it is. When the speed box come, the label on the cable said Turbo 400, So I'm guessing that's like the threaded thing's a GM, and then I had to specify that it was going into XC Falcon, which this technically is. Can I get it behind that vacuum line? Yes, I can. Oh, that's so much better. A bit of a straighter run for that little vacuum canister. Go behind there. Okay, stuck's up there. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, right below the fresh air vent. Sweet. Should be good. I like it. I like it. Let's see if I can actually mark this without being a fucking special ed student. Or drawing on my carpet. Come on. It's here somewhere. I know it is. I probably don't need all 4 bolts, really. But, have M6 nutserts, well nutsert. That's about it. So, okay. 2 of them are going to land in a really shit spot, so I wonder if I move it a bit further back, will that work? Yes, it will. Alright. Yep, we'll do that. Now I'll try and put that out of the way and go and get a drill and shit. Okay. So, because that's going to land in a shit spot, I'm going to move it to there. Okay. That one's going to be very difficult to put in. How much did I move it? About that much. Might only be able to put 3 in this. Because that one... Fuck it, we'll run it. We'll run it. Watch none of these line up. Now that I've just winged the positions of them all. Fucking hell, what's back there? Oh, some insulation shit. More cattywampus than I would have liked. Oh baby, say less. Can I get the burrs off that one? I figured that one was going to be a bit of a weird one. But oh, bust out the fucking drill nutserter. My brother got this for me for my birthday. It's fucking sick. Birthday or Christmas, I can't remember now. Anyway, it's way better than fucking around with one of them hand crank ones. Just remember to put it in your drill in low range. Otherwise you'll strip the thread out of the fucking things. And we're back. Let's put a bit of goop on them, eh? A wee bit of goop on them. Just a dabble, you know, just enough to paint the whole interior of this car and the back of my neck, the bottom side of my ball sack. I fucking never sees, it gets everywhere. Come on now, I know you're there some fucking way. Jesus. Where are you? There we go. There we fucking go. Don't move that vent so I don't break the cut because I don't have another one. One more bolt. Yeah. That should be right fucking there then. I'm sure I'm just painting this thing and fucking never sees now. This is just, you know, lovely. Just what I wanted. Come on, I can fucking feel you. Ah, it's in reverse, you fucking retard. Do the easy ones. Oh, that is solid as a rock, I tell you. Nice even sweep with the cable. Oh, so good. Fucking so good. And I've got a rag in here that I can wipe the shit off my hands, and I'll inevitably wipe that all over the windscreen when I go to clean the frost off it. Oh, Jesus, lift the whole fucking car off of that. Right, now comes the wiring. Alright, speed box is in, it's wired, it's all bolted up, cable's done, wrapped it up. I picked the ground off the ground for the glove box light. That's probably not a good idea, but fuck it. So now we key on to ignition accessories, and then that light flashing, yep, it's acquiring a GPS signal. It hasn't, there we go, it's on solid, it's found a GPS signal. Then if I push and hold the calibration button, that puts it into calibration mode. You can hear it running. So that runs it up to 60 miles an hour, and then you can use the button to tune it to your speedo. I quickly plugged the speedo cluster in, and it's bang on 96 k's, which is 60 miles an hour. So that's should be right, I think. So now I've got to put all this mess together. I'm going to put the dash cluster in first, so I can get the cable flowing right back here. Because when I had it in, just plugged in, I pulled the cable through on the dash on that side, and you could hear the motor running. It was really winding because I pulled all the cables tight. So I'll get the dash cluster back in and make sure I've got a nice sweepy radius going on here, and it's all comfortable. And I've got a fucking speedo that works. Not connected to the fucking gearbox at all. So good. Pretty happy with it. Actually works pretty good. I just tucked the vehicle speed sensor wire and the cruise control wire back into the harness, and then taped it. You never know, I might use them in the future. Probably won't, but no point in cutting them off the plug. But yeah, that should look alright. So now I'll try and wiggle the dash cluster in gently. Actually, it shouldn't take too much wiggling because I pulled the column cover off. Yeah. Yep, we'll get the dash cluster in now. Alright. Now, you're probably pretty wobbly because you're sitting on the seat and I'm sitting on the seat as well, but oh well, that's the way she rolls some days. Okay, let's see if I can get this cable plugged in. Yeah, causing too much fucking heartache. Come on now. You're already plugged in once. There we go. That's in. Now the harness plug for the cluster. Just got to make sure I've got it the right orientation. There we go. Oh, perfect. And now I should hopefully be able to pull the cable out of this. Get that to sit somewhat comfortably in there. Probably. Is that gonna do a thing? Are you gonna do a thing for me? Okay, now. Alright, key that on. Oh, Jesus, I should have made that cable fucking longer, but it come on the kit, so I didn't want to play with it too much. So. Look at that. Look at that. Fuck, I'm happy with that. Got the K's run up on it. Might have to do a bit more routing. It's a little noisy. It's not too bad though. I mean, I'm not going to hear it over the really big cam anyway, to be honest. It should be that though. Can you see up in there? Not really. No. I guess that'll be about it. I'll keep playing with this and get the dash cluster in nice, and we'll get the glove box back in, and I'll hit yous in a minute with it done. Rightio, we're all back together, other than the door card obviously. I still haven't put that on. Time to take some shit off the list. So, what do we got here? Speed box install, done. Number plate lights done. I just got to bolt it on, but we'll call it done. Interior light, that's done. Remove bolts from fuse box, done. This pen's about near done, I can tell you. What else? I think that's it. Done pretty good. We've got a bit on. So yeah, I had to pull the bolts out of the fuse box because I didn't have any spare fuses, and I randomly just started blowing fuses. So I just stuffed bolts that I had in there. I didn't have any 22 shells, so the audible fuse. But the interior light started fucking up. So I thought it was grounded because it goes through this insulator. Well, that's powered, but then this whole hoop here's just got an insulator on it, and that's all ground. So I thought it was something to do with that, but I pulled the bulb out and put it back in, and it's fine. It doesn't blow fuses anymore, so I don't know what's fucking going on there. The driver's side door sensor's a bit dicky. They're an aftermarket one. It's got 2 aftermarket ones and then 2 factory ones, and only the factory ones fucking work, so I think it might have been something to do with that bridging itself out weirdly. But yeah, it's alright. I broke a fucking tang off of the light, so that was good. And this light is only 4 years old from Rare Spares, and it's already warped and fucked. So, shout out to Rare Spares, I guess. And the other tang, I don't know, that broke when I put it in 4 years ago. But yeah, like, what the fuck? I'll just put it in for now, and I'll get another lens for it later. Is it dry yet? Dry? Yep. But yeah. So we'll move on to something else now. I'll put that lens cover on and clean this shit back up, put the stuff that's supposed to go in the glove box back in the glove box. I wired up the passenger side speaker as well. I'm gonna have to do something about this radio. I don't know, it's real, the amplifier in it, well, it's the factory one, like, it's fucking 50 years old. The amplifier in it's a little funny, so it gives you like heaps of bass, which is fine when you're driving, but when you're sitting here, or it just sounds like everything's garbled. But when you're driving, you don't really notice it because you've got the rumble of the big cam and everything. So I don't know, I might have to bite the bullet. They do a Retro Car Audio does an AM FM Bluetooth replacement for that, but it's like fucking $500. Yeah, so I don't know, that might be something in the future, and do away with the tape deck. Leave it there, obviously, because I don't have the blanking. I could make a blanking plate. Whatever. But yeah, that might be something to do in the future. Because I think the Retro Car Audio's even got a sub output. Not that I'd put a sub in it. But yeah, it's just better. It's actually that's only 2 speaker outputs. So if I wanted to run them in the parcel shelf, you can't really split front to back. And there was a speaker in the parcel shelf, but the wiring's super shit back there, so I just deleted it. And just run the 2. I put 2 good 4 inches in here in the kick panels, and it sounds alright, but I mean, it's a fucking 50-year-old radio at the end of the day. But no, I'm pretty happy with what's happened so far. I need another drink. Fuck me, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll have a think on what I want to do next, because the rest of it's all going to be underneath it pretty much. Seat bolts, reverse light wiring, oil leak, pressure wash underside, the body, replace rear shocks, bleed brakes, so it'll have to go up on the stands to do that. I wanted to get the speed box and all the interior stuff done first though. But pretty happy. Oh, I've done a bit of a neat install down here. That's the calibration button down there. That's the blank. You can have, so you got a fresh air vent here in the driver's side. I don't know if you can see that, where I'm fucking with it. The passenger side one was optional, obviously this one didn't get it. So that's the blanking plate for the fresh air vent control, and I just put the calibration switch in it. That way, I don't know, in case I lose calibration or I get a flat battery or something and does something weird with it. I don't know if you have to, if it needs to be, well, it's switched by accessories, so in theory not, because it doesn't have a constant power going to it, it's accessories power. So once it's calibrated, it should be fine. Yeah, and I tried to make it, the cable as nice as I can get it, but you can still hear it, but when I'm driving, you're not going to fucking hear it, really. Press it and release. Can you hear it? Yeah, you can hear it a bit. But, and that's pretty close. It's a bit over 90. It says it runs it up to 60 miles an hour, which is 96.85 kilometers or something along those lines from memory. That'll be good enough to get it on the road, and then I'll adjust the rest out later. It has to do with, I'll keep the instructions, but it has to do with like, you double press the button to go up, and then you press and hold and release, and then press the button to go down. It's a little, it's not bugging me. At the most, it's going to be 6 kilometers out at 100, which is better than it fucking ever has been. So, so I think I was 12 out originally with the C4 with the bigger tyres and everything on it. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm fucking waffling on a bit here now. I'm gonna clean the shit out of this cabin and we'll start doing some other stuff. Well, they're up on jack stands, and I found out why I had a spongy brake pedal. I thought it was just the fluid getting old and whatnot, because I never actually flushed the line, but you can see the line's fucked. Fucking, I'm guessing when we done the exhaust, it must have rolled it over, and then the exhaust sat on the brake line. It's just rubbed through. So, fuck. Now I've got less than a week to acquire a fucking replacement brake line for this thing. Is that on the tank? Yeah, it is sort of. Well, I guess I'll undo that clamp, or roll that bend back up, and now I've got to quickly try and find a express posted rear brake line, because I've already done the fronts. This was the only one I haven't done. Fuck, that really not what I wanted to fucking know, but I won't. Alright. So I've ordered the replacement brake lines. There's a kit that comes with the caliper line as well. I'll probably just do the lot. And I asked them to please express post it as fast as you fucking can, because this car is supposed to be at a wedding in like, well, on the 30th. And I've still got to drive it out there, so they're going to ship them. Hopefully I'll get them in a couple of days. What is it? What day is it today? Thursday. So fingers crossed they get them fucking early next week, and I can just quickly throw the lines on and then flush the system, clean them up, and then that's the brakes done. But we'll get everything else done. As you can see, I've got a pinion seal leak here. I did just notice that the breather has the cap blocked, so potentially that pinion seal leak is because the breather's blocked. So I'll look at that. The breather is also conveniently the bolt that holds the brake line onto the diff, which is one of the dumbest ideas I think I've ever fucking seen, but oh well, here we are. I'll have to do something about the breather, and then fingers crossed these brake lines get here, otherwise this thing ain't going to the wedding. And I'll feel like a piece of shit because I said it was going to be there for her, but oh well. what do you do? Now we bolt the top in. And then that's one more item off the list, but I added an item. So not really off the list, because I added replace brake line. Okay, now to put the top side in with my bolts and washers. They go in those really shittily positioned ovals there, hard up against the back seat, which makes it very difficult to undo. So I'll climb my fucking fat ass in there now and try and get that done as best as to my abilities. I've got the other ones undone, but holy, it sucked. And the shocks are alright, they've still got some gas in them, but they're leaking oil. So, and I knew they've been leaking oil for a while, but they're still like absorbing, so I just ignored it. But now's the time. There we go, let's slide up underneath here. And can you see that? Bam, there's our reverse switch. There's another switch up the top there that has to do with neutral. It's like a neutral lockout, it has to be a neutral start. But I'm just going to ignore that. And you can see my oil leak here now. Just the sump's a bit wet. Probably should cut that zip tie off and work out why there's duct tape around that wire there. I probably didn't have heat shrink on me at the time, so I'll fix that while I'm under here. But and oh, I don't have I actually have a block plate. Whoops. Well, that's a later problem that I'm not going to fix. So I ain't pulling the gearbox back out to do it. And there's all my cables set up. So hopefully I can just get away with nipping all them nuts up. Looks like that's about what it is. It's just weeping around the gasket. Same up here. The front main seal looks alright. I replaced it when I done the build. You can see it's like fanning oil literally everywhere once the fan catches it. And then I've got to pressure wash everything, because everything is covered in fucking oil down here and it bugs the shit out of me. So, yeah. I'll work out which sensor's which. I'm hoping it's the one on the side of the reverse. Surely it is. Surely. And then stick some wires on it and make it happen. Alright, run the wiring long. So let's cut it off there. Yes, I use the same colour wiring for both because this isn't positive and negative, it's just an interrupter. But interrupter switch, so it's, you know, the same power going in both sides. Okay, split that open. Probably makes it great fucking viewing, isn't it? Does anyone else like feed on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram just full of Starfield stuff at the moment? Because fucking mine is. And I've only just technically finished Cyberpunk, so I don't really want to go rushing into a new game, but I don't know. Their fucking marketing's working, I can tell you, because fuck, I want to buy the cunt. I've got too much on though to fucking worry about games at the moment. They say it's like, some people said it's a detriment. They're like, oh, it's just like playing Fallout. It's like, well, I fucking love Fallout. I'm surprised my dad hasn't started playing it. He's a Fallout head too. And my brother. For the longest time, these style crimpers, I always used to use them backwards, wondering why the terminals would fall off. I actually hated crimp terminals for a long time there because I had nothing but issues with them, and then wiring Jim Bob's car up and seeing like how to actually fucking do it properly. I use the crimpers properly. I don't know, I've been using them a fair bit more. I understand there's different crimpers for different things now as well. So I've got more crimpers that I've got to fucking add to my arsenal, but that'll come. Like these style crimpers you can't use on the bare plugs, like the ones that come with, say, your Nava plugs you get from Supercheap, the 4 pins, 6 pins and that. You need a different crimper altogether for them. Why don't you go on there? Oh, any time now, fucking hell. Is it... Fuck yeah, we've got reverse lights. Sweet. How good. Alright, I think that's about all I can do at the moment without waiting for parts. So I can do the seat belts, tie to the engine harness, and then pressure wash the underbody. I'll leave the engine harness until the underbody's pressure washed, and the seat belts until the underbody's pressure washed. So I've got to go down the road, go get a sperm suit, and I just dug out my degreaser, and there ain't a great deal left. So I'll have to go and get another bottle of degreaser. I'll go do that. I've got to pack a bit of stuff away because we've had a few people jumping fences in my street lately and looking at people's backyards, shit they can pinch. So I'll pack some stuff away and then go down the road, grab some gear, come back and get really, really wet. Well, hopefully not, because the sperm suit's gonna, protect me. We'll see. Rightio, we're getting up, we're going to go underneath, we're going to degrease the underbelly. Now I've already done the front end, I didn't really need to be sperm suited up for that, but look at that, so much better. No more grease and shit under there. That's where the ATF cooler lines are, so every time it blew a auto up, it'd just paint that side in ATF. So climb underneath, let me scrub brush out just in case I need to give it a bit of agitation. And I've got the big gogs on because I don't really like this Chemtech stuff. It's like super concentrate, and it fucking stings when it's in your eyeballs. I'll scooch underneath there now and start fucking degreasing everything. Yeah. Well, I'm done making a mess of myself and everything else. The fucking backyard's half flooded. The pressure was having a bit of a hard time. The fucking clear filter thing housing on it's got a split in the cunt. Can't find another one, so we're just running it. I probably should pull it off, dry it, and then glue it back together. But yeah, it came up way better in under here, and the entire car. A lot of grease and shit off the diff center. And as much as I could underneath, it doesn't smell like ATF anymore, which is fucking great. Even the T5 cleaned up a bit, which is good. Yeah. But I've ticked everything off the list that I can, other than the seat belts. And I haven't ordered this. Oh, I haven't gone and bought the seat belts, so can't do them yet. The rest of it, I'll grab the list out. The rest of it, unfortunately, waiting on parts. So I got the word off of the groom of the wedding that his girlie likes the car as it is, so I'm not penetraling it anymore, which is good because I fucking hate penetrol. The front windscreen, that's probably not going to happen. The wiper arm bushes, that's probably not going to happen, but I need the LEDs to finish tail lights, and I need the rear brake line so I can then install that and then flush and bleed the brake system. So we're nearly at the end of the list and I'm sort of stuck now. Just waiting on bits. That's it. Story of my life when it comes to anything. I'll have, what is it? It is the 21st today. The wedding is on the long weekend, the 30th. So, fuck. And I've still got to get this done, and then take it to get a blue slip. And hopefully I might be able to finagle my way around having, that stone chip over there. Fingers crossed. If not, I don't know, it doesn't go. That's about it. I did think about trailering it up there and then running an interim label for the wedding day to go from like house to venue. But I had a yarn to the groom and he's like, "But if it's that hard, don't fucking worry about it." There's plenty of other cool cars out there. One of our mates out there's got a really rad 64 Impala with a big power small block Chev in it. She can use that, but We'll see. Anyway, that's enough yabbering on from me. I've got a bit of shit to pack up here. Yeah, we'll catch you in the next one, hopefully. Hopefully I've got all my bits and this thing's registered. But we'll see. I'm going to go and have a shower because I'm wet. This sperm suit didn't keep all the water out. So you guys have fun. Keep your rubber side down. And I'll catch you on the next one. Righto.